This July, Drift Innovations released a new high-definition action cam called the HD-170. Because of its unique combination of features, we decided it would be worthwhile getting our hands on one and seeing how it compares to what is probably the most popular action cam currently on the market, the GoPro Hero HD. First off, both cameras have a mega-wide 170-degree lens, which effectively translates into a 127-degree field of view when shooting in full 16:9 1080p HD. You need a lens like this on a camera like this, for including as much of the action as possible and for minimizing the bumps and blurs. So, let's get to the big question. How do their pictures compare? Well, as you can see in this comparison I shot on my mountain bike, they're very similar. The Hero's colors are a little warmer and more saturated, but either image is perfectly acceptable. Both cameras also adequately captured the sounds of all my grunts and sloppy shifts. The rattling sounds come from the homemade mounting system I used to wear the two cameras at once. Now, ordinarily I would never ride on wet trails, but in order to get this piece done, I did. And here's what happened. Yeah, I thought you might like that. Here it is again on the other camera. As you can see, they both do a good job of letting you embarrass yourself on the World Wide Web. Both units weigh about 170 grams, or 6 ounces, although the 170 is the lighter of the two by a little under half an ounce. Shape-wise, one camera is longer and skinnier, while the other is shorter and thicker. It's anyone's guess if one shape is overall better than the other. So, what sets these cameras apart from one another? The Hero's big advantage is its watertight housing. This thing can be taken down to 60 meters, or 180 feet. As you can see in this footage of us apparently playing past the sea cucumber, its underwater shots are a little on the fuzzy side. It's something that GoPro admits, and the company is working on a special lens to improve the camera's underwater shots. The 170 is waterproof to just half a meter, which really means it's only splash-proof. It does, however, have one big feature that the Hero doesn't: a viewing screen. This feature is invaluable both for lining up your shots and for playing them back on location to check that everything worked. Going through the setup menu is also much easier on the 170's full screen than via the Hero's tiny display, which can't be fully understood without the instruction sheet. Another useful feature on the 170 is its swiveling lens. You can mount the camera at whatever angle is convenient, then just twist the lens to straighten out the shot. There's also a wireless remote, so you can start and stop recording when the camera is mounted someplace where it can't easily be reached. Other odds and ends? The Hero has a replaceable lens, which means you don't have to buy a whole new camera once it gets those inevitable scratches on the glass. It also has more in the way of mounting accessories, although those will cost you extra. Another feature on the 170 is its ability to manually open or close the iris by up to 2 stops for filming in dim or bright conditions. There's also an audio in for an external mic, although the input itself isn't a standard plug, and you have to leave the back open to run the cord in. So, which one do we recommend? Well, either of them, depending on what you want to do. Of course, for a lot of people, it just comes down to price. The 170 sells for $330 US, while the Hero is less expensive at $260. An add-on LCD screen is on the way for the Hero, but the price has yet to be announced. Now, at this point, you might be wishing that there was one camera that combined the best features of both these units. Well, there is, but we don't know if it's any good yet. Oregon Scientific has just released its $300 ATC 9K that's watertight down to 20 meters, has an LCD screen, a remote, and a 130-degree field of view. We haven't had a chance to get our hands on one so far, but it's definitely worth a look.